Bet you thought it was that goose. But no, it's time to gather around. Coming at you from the garage today. Pardon the mess. Pinhole photography. One of the best things in the world as far as I'm concerned, the photo world that is. We're gonna try and do this digitally this time. Now you might have something like this, a DSLR, digital single lens reflex camera. You can make a pinhole lens for this by taking this lens off, cutting a hole in your body cap. This is just a piece of plastic, screws on the front of your camera, and then put your pinhole in that. And you can make some pretty sweet pinhole digital photos that way. Well, not everybody has one of those, so we're not gonna do that. What we are gonna do is take pictures with your device, whatever phone you've got. The problem is we cannot take the lens off and put a different lens on. So what we're gonna do is make the shoebox camera, but instead of putting the paper inside, we are going to put our iPhone facing into another hole to take the pictures. You can make almost any box work, just so you can tape it up so no light can get in there. Shoebox. Next, scissors, an X-Acto knife and or utility blade, Sharpie, maybe a pencil, rubber bands, preferably 2 large, some sort of device, phone, tape, masking tape, duct tape, some kind of tape, an aluminum can. Any sort of can will do. Ooh, that's good. A&W, my choice, but hey, whatever you want. Oh, and some white paper. Step 1. Well, step 1, get all this stuff. Step 2. Tape up the inside of the box. On the outside, any of these corners that look like they might be letting light in, tape it. We need to cut a piece of aluminum out of this can very carefully. Edges are very sharp, you be careful. And there is our piece of aluminum. Now, to make this into a lens, all we need to do, I don't have a thumbtack. I found one. Okay. Press down in the middle and just make a hole. Now, usually we would want to make this a pretty small hole. The smaller the pinhole or aperture, the smaller the aperture, the higher quality the image. The larger the aperture, the less focus you're gonna have. But it lets more light in. What we're doing here with the phone camera, we need more light to come in. So I put that entire tack through. So now we've got our box, we've got our lens. What we need to do is cut a hole about in the middle of this, just so that hole is smaller than this. We're good to go. So now I'm going to tape this onto the front of the box. There we have it. I would put 2 layers of tape around that to make sure that no light is getting under the aluminum plate. So what we're going to do here, and cut it to a size that will fit in the bottom of our box. and tape that into the back of the box. So now let's mark where the phone is going to go. And really this is going to be better if we take it out of the case, and somewhere near the hole I think is ideal. So somewhere around right there. And this is so you know where to put the phone when you're taking the picture. The tape is right there, so what I'm going to do is press, and that made a mark on the tape right there. So that is where the camera is. So now what I need to do is cut this little bit out where the camera is going to go. Make sure all the bits are out of the box. We're going to put the rubber bands around it first. How about this for a rubber band, huh? Let's try that. Pardon me. Woo! That's a big rubber band. We need to go try it out. We've got our Pinhole camera with the phone strapped onto it, with the phone's camera facing into the box. So the image is being projected through this pinhole, hitting the white paper in the back of the box, and then the phone is taking a picture of that. I wore white today so I'd be nice and bright. I'm going to try and focus on the screen here. I can actually see my face, which is pretty awesome. That I can see my face. I mean, my face is pretty awesome too, I guess, but anyway. Smile. Get behind the camera so we can see. Ooh, that's nice. So again, the image is being projected through the hole, through the aluminum that we made, the pinhole, hitting the white paper, and that's what the phone camera is recording. So let's go get some cool pics. This stuff right here could be pretty sweet. We'll go this way. The important thing is that the sunlight is hitting your subject and coming back to the pinhole camera, rather than it being in shade, because that's going to be way too long in exposure and you won't be able to see anything. Let's try some more. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, that was really exciting. It worked out well. I could see the pictures when I was doing it. It was a little bit blurry, hard to focus, but I know we got some good stuff. So let's go check this out inside. So I didn't get too fancy about processing these. Just on my iPhone, went into the edit, the photos, flipped it around, and did an auto exposure. I guess auto everything really. And that was just one tap and it was done. Same thing with this one, just flip it around and bam. One thing I did not do is flip it the other way, left to right, but you can do that. Enjoy. And of course, Hoppa 2. The dog's going crazy. Please hold.